Hello, my name is Shad. I'm with Birds and Bees Motor Parts. Thanks for joining me today for another meeting of MoPars Anonymous. I am going to talk today about the most common questions I get asked about the car, 1971 Plymouth Road Runner. And the most common question that I get asked is, does it run? And yes, it does run. It's a Survivor, a non-original Survivor, so it's quirky. It's got all the parts and everything from 1971, so it's 54 years old, and keeping parts together and running and working together is a little tricky. I get to drive it a lot, but not far because usually something goes wrong. So the last time I drove it a few weeks ago was in the snow, and I ended up, I don't know, doing something, and now I got to get in alignment. I think I did a burnout or something and screwed something up. So by the time I got home, the tires were squealing a little bit. So yeah, it's running, but like I said, it's almost every time I grab it, I gotta fix something that I broke. So, but that's a good time. I get to learn how to fix all that stuff. Obviously, the alignment, I'll have to bring that in for that. But the next question I get asked a lot is, does it have a Hemi? And no, it does not have a Hemi. It's in 1971 they made 55 Road Runners with Hemi motor, 426, and so they're rare. They're super expensive, and yeah, I don't have a Hemi. Maybe someday, but no. Right now, it's got a 360, which they didn't even actually offer in 1971. So, like I said, it's a non-original. Came with the 340. It's got the 360 now, and I'm happy with that. I get to learn how to work on motors a little bit better and experiment with some different things and figure it out. So that's pretty cool. I think the next question I get asked the most is, are you going to paint it, or when are you going to paint it? I really don't mind the way it looks now. It's not a show car for me, even though I brought it to a car show. I'm not that concerned about the paint. I don't want one that looks just absolutely horrendous. I like a straight body. I like a clean car. So I cleaned it up the best I can. I touch up a few things here and there. I got a little body work that I'm doing. Came with a lot of Bondo in the couple spots, so I'm just kind of cleaning that up and redoing that a little bit. It's going to need some metal work someday, but for now, I'm just doing the best I can with what I know how to do. And metal work I haven't really perfected at all, so I'm going to have to work on that some more before I get that done, or maybe my brother-in-law can help me with that too, I suppose. So that's probably the next thing I would want to talk about, is the fact that I've been able to connect with a lot of people. I am new to the MoPar world, and I'm kind of just getting back into working on cars, so asking people for help has been a big part of my experience with having this car. I go on YouTube and look at videos and stuff like that, but what it boils down to is I prefer to be able to figure things out with someone else. I've been able to meet some really cool people that know a lot about these cars, and they've been able to point me in the right direction for parts and getting things fixed and replacing different things here and there. So it's a good time. When I get into something that I don't know how to do, I do have a tendency to get frustrated. But one thing I remembered is that when I get frustrated or stressed or anxiety about something like that, I gotta step away. I gotta take a pause before I do anything else, because if I push myself, this is probably in all things of life, different kinds of, circumstances, but I gotta step away. I like to have a positive feeling about the car, and if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, then I need to take a break. And there's been a few times where I've been working on it, and I just can't figure something out. And what it comes down to is I got to pay someone else to do it for me, so that I get it back on the road. I'm into driving it, obviously more than I am working on it, but at the same time, I want to learn how to do all the stuff as much as I can. So it's been fun doing all the little things that I've been able to figure out so far. Easy stuff. Mechanics would probably laugh, but just figuring out how to replace the fuel pump and the fuel filter and the alternator. That was pretty easy to figure out, but just to get in there and start identifying what everything is. When it wouldn't start, I had to figure that out. Go on YouTube videos. I think I called a buddy, and I got in the driver's seat and tried to figure out how to do it on my own, but it's a two-person project. So one person turns the key, the other person hits the starter with I used a little hammer, just a light tap. When you turn the key, it popped right off. So that little tip, I knew I had to replace the starter. Then I got the original starter that was designed for the car, and it was a super slow start, just crank, crank, crank. And I was like, something's not right. I found out on, I think, Roadkill, Dulcich was talking about a mini starter from a 95 Dodge, I think it was. Yeah. Anyways, I ended up figuring out Dodge Dakota. So I ended up going back and getting a mini starter for a 95 Dodge Dakota that actually worked better in my 71 Road Runner. How weird is that? But I don't know that stuff without looking for, answers. Got to do some research, got to get that help wherever I need to. So that's been a really good time. Other than that, I think that's probably all I have for today. When it comes down to, does it run? You gonna paint it? Does it have a Hemi? These cars, they're just personal reflection of each person as an individual. There's a lot of people that would maybe want to do some totally different stuff with the car. Some people would just get it restored automatically. Some people would put a Hemi in it. Some people would not do a whole lot and just let it sit on the side of the garage and rot. And I'm just kind of doing my thing, which is just driving it as much as I can, working on it as much as I can. I got a little downtime this winter, so being able to start these videos has been a good time. And I just want to thank you all again for joining me today on my MoPars Anonymous meetings, and hopefully I'll get better at making some videos and better at working on the car and get some more cool stuff coming. So thanks again. Have a great day. Peace, everybody.